Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you how I manifested my current committed relationship with my boyfriend, with my SP. So first of all, um, it was a process. I'm not gonna come here and say, it was a process. It took some time. I'll try to go step by step, but also not make this too long, okay? So at first, I was focusing on myself. So I was busy. I was taking like self development manifesting course. So I was really focusing on myself, focusing on my self concept. That made me realize essentially that I was on the pedestal. So he was not in my life at the time. I had stopped talking to him. I went to no contact with him. We had a situationship like the year and a half prior, essentially because we started as it was a one night stand, like it was a one night thing. That's how it started. So I had bad assumptions in regard to him. So essentially, the first time we were kind of seeing each other, it was a whole mess because I was having all of those bad assumptions. Sorry about that, in his regards. Sorry if you heard like my phone, I'll turn that off. Um, so I had went no contact. I was miserable in that situationship and I had moved on. I was like, you know what? Like, okay, I'm sad. I really like him, but it's never going to work because that's what I had again as assumption. That was my belief that it could never work. And no matter what he was telling me, I wouldn't believe him. Like he was telling me that he loved me and everything, but I really could not believe it because for me, that was not possible. That it started like this and that it's serious. So essentially, I created all of this. So 1 year later, I'm into this program. I'm not talking to him at all. And I'm just focusing on myself, as I was saying, and focusing on my self concept. Essentially, what self concept is, it's how you view yourself, it's how you describe yourself, it's the value that you put on yourself. And as I was focusing on my self concept that much, he just came back. He came back and he was totally different, a complete 180. I didn't even understood. Like, I was like, oh my God, who is this man, right? I had no idea. And then I was like, okay, well, let me try this. Like, I'm just learning about manifestation in the context of the loss of assumption, because at one point I will do another video, but I've been in that area of manifesting since almost 20 years, right? So I've manifested a lot of things before, but with the law of attraction, which is totally different, with vision boards and scripting and 55 by 5 and all of the things that you probably tried, but it was not as consistent as the law of assumption, which is what I'm now really focused on, and because it really changed my life essentially. So if I go back to the story, he comes back into my life. He's totally different. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna affirm in steps. So I started affirming things like men love me. All the men love me. So I wasn't really focused on him particularly. I was dating other people, all of that. I was like manifesting just having more men and more attention around me. So I would affirm things like men love me. I'm irresistible. Every time a man sees me, he can't help but stare and come and talk to me, things like that, right? So that's what I started doing. And I started having more attention when I was like walking down the street. So if you feel like currently you're not getting dates or you're not getting, well, you wouldn't be maybe looking at this video necessarily if you were looking to just date, but that was what I did to affirm in steps. So I just started with that. And then I went on and decided to manifest more concrete things, like he's gonna call me tonight, like he wants to see me tonight, we're gonna spend time together, blah blah blah. Action. So I started with the feelings in all men, and then I went into feelings within him, and then action with men and with my SP. So that's something that I think really works well, to affirm in steps of what you want to manifest. So when he came back, he was like pursuing me, pursuing me, pursuing me. But to be honest, at the beginning, I didn't even believe it fully. And at one point, I realized that he was kind of battling his feelings for me. He was like, "You're such a great girl. I enjoy being with you." But there was always like a but. So at this point, I had manifested like constant contact with him, and he was like, and he's still crazy about me, so he wanted to see me all the times, all of that, but I still had something within me because he was battling himself. And this is something that I realize is key, and that is not really talked about. Since he's a mirror of me, like everybody is a mirror of you, everybody is you pushed out. Since he was battling something, that means that I was battling something within myself. And when I realized this, I started affirming I accept my love for him. I accept that I love him. I accept my love for him. It is safe for me to love him. It is safe for me to accept his love for me. And again, another complete change occurred, because this is when we really got into that really committed relationship, and it was so natural, so easy how it happened. And really, I would suggest you guys, like if you are in a situation where you're seeing someone but you guys are not committed yet, to really look at yourself, because everything starts within you. And this guy, this SP, this woman is just a reflection of you. So what is it that you're not accepting? Like, what is it that you're not one with? So for me, I was not one. Like, I was still conflicted. Like, I still had a bit of residue from that past, from our past, how it started, the years prior, all of that. And it was still in me. And it's only when I said, I accept my love for him, that he also accepted his love for me, and that we are since then in a committed relationship. It is since winter of 2020, I would say. And then I think the very first time he told me, it was like in January. I still have the date written somewhere, but we were already in a relationship, because he just told me, yeah, well, we're together, you're my girlfriend. But he hadn't tell me, specifically. But I'd say it's around winter 2020. And since then, it's been amazing. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I manifested this. So if you have any questions, any comments, or anything you would want me to explore a bit more, let me know. And it will be my pleasure to discuss that on the next video. Happy manifesting!